All right, guys, Mike the Metal Santa here. Sorry it's been so long. Been a little bit of change in the Metal Santa household. I've got my mom, her health is requiring her to have to move in with us. So right now I'm in the process of changing my basement and my studio from that kind of basement man cave setup I had to a in-law suite down there. So I'm going to be relocating my studio upstairs, but for right now I'm kind of without a home. And I'm hiding this thing behind me so you can't see it yet. I'm without a home for my recording and my videos and stuff, so I haven't done anything in a while. You can see the beard growth is starting to come in a little bit now. So you obviously clicked on the video because you saw the teaser on the video, right? I've got to post this video because I'm going to be doing some changes to the guitar that we're going to talk about. But I'm finally not a poser. I can wear my Gibson hat and I can actually say that I'm an owner of a Gibson Les Paul, right? So you saw the teaser. Yes, I did get a US made Gibson Les Paul for $800. And you're going to say, okay, what's wrong? How'd you do that? Right? I got it. I'm going to show it to you in just 1 second here. But if you would, do me a favor, like, subscribe, comment. I'm going to start trying to grow the channel again. Things are going to speed up for me in the line of work that I'm in. It's about to start getting warm here in the state of Georgia. I live in the state of Georgia, and it's, summers are pretty brutal, and so I'll be busy, but I want to start doing some more videos. I started taking guitar lessons, and I started taking drum lessons. I want to be able to lay down my own drum tracks on some of the stuff I do. But without further ado, what you all probably clicked on the video for, behold the $800 Gibson Les Paul. Yes, this is a US made 2013 Les Paul Traditional with no neck break. This does not have a headstock repair on it, and you can look and you can see that it does have the little wings on it. I don't know if the camera can pick it up. It does have a little spot right there where the wing got tipped, but this is not a one-piece headstock. This is a three-piece headstock like Gibson's. You can look and you can see, a couple of the things you look for when you're trying to see if it's a Gibson or not. You want to look at the tailpiece. If the tailpiece is in front of that top volume knob, it's usually a Gibson. Usually the Gibsons have it back here further, okay? And then on the neck, I'll show you in just a second, on the back of the neck, it's got to be one piece. And then the fret nibs, right, where the binding, I don't know how well that's picking up, but you can see that those are Gibson fret nibs. And there it is, buddy, the Les Paul name on it. Les Paul Traditional, and also the Gibson logo on the Gibsons will be more tilted, and the actual Gibson will be more up and down, and it'll just look a lot more right. Okay, so that's all. You see the beautiful top. It's got a few little dents and dings in it. It's been a well-played guitar, and this. You ready? This is why I got it for $800. Here we go. Bam. So you can see what's happened here. If you look at the back of this guitar, I'm going to move my halo light back a little bit so I can get a little better light on it. So if you look here, I had to scrape the paint off of the back of this guitar immediately. So I showed up. I'm going to give a quick kind of rundown of what happened. But you can see the paint's been all scraped off back there. It's got a spot here where it's got like a buckle rash, where whoever was gigging with this thing, because this is a well-played guitar, whoever was playing, their buckle was rubbing right there on the guitar, and it divoted the guitar, and it's got a few other little scratches and dings on it. And so what happened, I think the kid that had this guitar, I think he got in a tight spot and maybe had some issues going on in his life, and so he had it listed for $1,200, which in itself was like, wow, there was a lot of people interested in it from the get-go. And so I was like, okay, what's going on with it? And so I went the next day. I told him I'll be there the next day to purchase the guitar at that price. I pull up and I pull up in the driveway. It's a normal looking house, and he comes outside to meet me outside, and I can smell this strong smell of what smells like acetone. And the garage is right there next to me. And he comes out and he says, "Hey, my lady friend had a little accident in the garage. We're trying to clean it up. Give me just a minute. I'll be right back out." And about that time, someone else pulls up, and what I find out to be his mom, and starts unloading groceries. And he was like, "Thanks, Mom. Thanks for the help." And she's unloading groceries, right? And so I'm like, all right, something's a little amiss, but I drove all the way up North Georgia to go get this guitar, and I was not going to turn around. So I sat in the truck and waited a little while. And then this lady came out, and she goes, "I'm so sorry. Give me just a minute more. We got a mess that we're trying to clean up in the garage." And this smell of acetone is really, really strong at this point. And so I'm like, okay, I'm waiting this thing out. And then finally the guy comes out, and he's like, "Look, man, I'm going to be honest with you. I screwed up pretty big with the guitar. If you want to look at it, you can still buy it. Just let me know." So he pops the garage open, and I go in there, and this guitar's sitting in the garage, and the paint on the back is just bubbling. I mean, it's all peeling up, and it's fresh peeling up. I mean, he tried, and so I'm like, "What have you done to this guitar?" And so all these red flags are going off. I'm like, all right, what's he trying to hide back there? What's going on? And so I look at the guitar, and I can see that there's a little bit of a divot there. And so I was like, all right, if you want me to buy this guitar, I need a scraper. I want to see what's going on in the back. What were you trying to do? And he was like, "Oh, I had some scratches back there, and I was just trying to paint them up, make it look a little bit better, because I was worried you weren't going to buy it." I'm like, it sounds kind of fishy. And so he gives me the scraper, and I start scraping this off to get this paint off, because I know that nitro these are finished with nitrocellulose lacquer. I know the nitro is interacting with something that he's put on it. So I start scraping the paint off, and I start seeing wood putty. And I'm like, "What is this white stuff? Is this Carbondo?" Because it looked almost like Carbondo. And he was like, No. So what are you trying to hide on this guitar? Because at this point, he knows that he needs to come clean with whatever's going on. And he was like, all right. He brought out the wood putty, and it's just Home Depot wood putty. And he's like, "I was trying to fix the spots on it and then paint over it so I could sell it." And so I started scraping, and I scraped out all the wood putty because I wanted to see what was going on in the back and make sure there was no cracks, or the body wasn't split in half. And it's just a kid who made a big mistake. And so I told him, I said, "Look, I'd much rather you have not done this and me paid you the $1,200 than you have done this. But since I drove all this way, I'll give you $800 for it." And he, him and hawed back and forth. I said, "Dude, it's going to cost, $300, $400, $500 to get this guitar refinished now. So you just really hurt the value of this guitar." And so we ended up settling on $850. $850 was my out the door on this thing, which I'll tell you, I think I got a great deal. It's a beautiful guitar. I love the way this guitar plays. It's one of those things, you always hear how great Les Pauls play and how great they sound and how great they chime out. I mean, this thing, when you're strumming it acoustically, I think I've got it in drop D right now, but when you're strumming it acoustically, it resonates, right? My wife even commented when she came in the room, she was like, "That guitar is so much louder even without it plugged in than the other ones you have." Right? And so it just does. I love this guitar. I'm so happy with it. I've already spoken with the luthier, and he's going to look at it. I sent him pictures and everything, and he told me it was going to be $300 or $400 for him to refinish the whole back half of the body. I'm not going to touch the front. I'm not going to mess with the neck. The neck is fine. The action on this thing, the neck relief was perfect when I picked. So I was nervous when I plugged it up. When I plugged it up, I was like, I didn't know what was going to happen. I plugged this thing up, and it was like butter right from, I didn't even have to tune it up. It was already tuned up, and it just played so beautifully. I'm so happy with this guitar. I'll never sell it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if I get it fixed up and I could get, you know, $1,900 for it. I'll never sell it. And stay tuned. I got a little surprise that I came up with yesterday too. But I just wanted to go over this. What I'm going to do, the reason why I wanted to go ahead and film this is I'm going to send this off to the luthier, and I'm going to get this thing redone. I'm going to get it set up properly. And when it's done, I'm going to do a review video on this thing. And I'm going to talk about the Les Paul Traditional, and you can see it's got the orange capacitors in it. The pots are Gibson branded. So I'm 100% positive this is an authentic guitar. I was worried that he was a scammer at first, but you know, looks like I got me an $850 Gibson Les Paul. I couldn't be happier, guys. But this is Mike the Metal Santa. I appreciate you guys tuning in for this thing. I'm gonna start posting again. I'm gonna start doing some more Tom McDonald reviews. I have purposely not listened to any of his music, any of his new stuff, because I want to do reactions to it, you know, and I miss listening to it. Hangover Gang, baby. But for all my guitar side of the channel, I love it. I'm not a poser anymore. I can wear my Gibson hat now and feel proud that I am a Gibson Les Paul owner. All right, guys. Sorry about the abrupt end to the video, but I was shooting with my little camcorder and something's messed up on the settings on it. So got a little bit of a crazy ending to that video. Like I said in the beginning of the video, life's changed. My studio is now upstairs. Welcome to the new studio. I do have a special guitar that I'm also going to be telling you all about here very soon. I hit the jackpot lately, and I got another one coming down the pike. I don't know. I've got like this bad addiction now, but I'm starting to move all my guitars up here, and I've got my wife does her little cricket stuff. I don't know if any of y'all know anything about that stuff, but hey, you know, I have to share the space with her. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. There she is. I have not got her refinished on the back yet. I'm enjoying playing it too much. I can't let go of it. It definitely has my favorite neck of any guitar I've played so far. I don't know. There's just something about the way it feels. But I've got another video coming. Did a little bit of the cover, trying to work on using my Spark 40 with OBS or OBS, the editing program. So I did a little cover of Cut the Cord by Shinedown that I'll be putting up soon. But guys, I appreciate you watching the video. Stay tuned for this next one. You're going to be shocked again. As always, it's Mike the Metal Santa, and we'll see you on the next one. Good to be back. Later.